Hello everyone! Were you good while I was away? I kind of hope not. Have fun, you know, do what you do. So, this is the yearly Metrocon 2018. Well, if it's the 2018 recap, it's not yearly, but this is my annual recap of Metrocon in and of itself. And this year, I'm, similar to previous years, I'm breaking it up into segments. Partially because I know I have fans who really only care about certain parts. I don't want you to have to wade through like an hour and a half long vlog about the convention just to find out certain things. So we're going to break it into chunks. And the first thing we're going to talk about, because this is probably going to be one of the quicker segments, my haul from the dealer room. Because this is a toy review channel, so a lot of people probably want to know what I got toy-wise or just swag-wise throughout the convention hall. So we're going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. Just first off, this wasn't from the convention, but it was here when I got home. So I do want to throw a shout out to Aaron, who got me a couple things off of my Amazon list for my birthday. So we have a DVD for Super Mario World from a bunch of Yoshi episodes, and Transformers Energon. A bunch of the early episodes. I think it's the first 4 episodes. It's been a long time since I've actually seen Energon, so that'll be a fun little nostalgia trip. So thank you very much, Aaron, for the birthday presents. Or a few other birthday presents in here. Also, this ended up in my backpack, which is a Mazinger manga, which is not in English. But it is another attempt someone has made to try to get me into Mazinger. So for now, until I learn Japanese, I'm going to appreciate the artwork because it's very retro and classic. It's like, I don't remember the name of who gave this to me. This is the bad thing. This is going to make me seem terrible. I'm sorry. Especially if you're watching. I'm sorry. I'm very, very bad with names. I never forget your face if I meet you at Metrocon, but name recognition just does not process well with me. So, but no, seriously, dude, thank you very much. Like that's actually going to be cool. I want to flip through this like genuinely and check out the design work and the artwork once I get the chance. But that also came home with me. Let's see. I want to save anything approaching a toy for toward the end here because it's the bulk of everything. So we'll go with the t-shirt haul. I've only got a couple shirts, but they are nice ones. First one, Danielle got for me. This shirt screams so much to me, not just because there's a turtle on it. But, so that entered the t-shirt collection along with this. This was my purchase, but I was so proud to make it. We're going to talk some Kaiju Big Battle once we get to the events section, because that was super cool. There's a guest section of these vlogs, and then there's doing another one for the actual events for the year and the con report in general, just because it's really hard for me to get a good length of quiet time in my house anymore. So we got to break them up because I might have to do this in more than one segment. I was really undecided on where to put Kaiju, as a guest or as an event, but it was booked as an event, so we're going to go with the events section, and we're going to talk about it last. So this was still super cool. Yeah, let's go into actual like things made of plastic now. So first off, new dice sets, because I usually get at least one dice set every year at Metrocon. These are nice metallic purple and green together. Normally for dice, there's a booth there every year called Oblivion Games, and the guy running the booth is a fan of the channel. So I normally get them from him, but his booth didn't have dice this year. What's up, dude? So I had to get dice from another vendor, so I'm sorry I cheated on you, but you know, I had needs, and you weren't fulfilling them. No, we talked Zio, so like we're cool, but cool dice. I really don't need any more dice, but they look really cool. Pop vinyls. We're gonna go into pop vinyls here. I think it is convention bylaw that you have to leave the dealer room with a minimum 1 pop vinyl. It is actual convention law. I know a lot of people leave a convention without getting a single pop vinyl, and I will not judge you, but you are a criminal. But there are certain weaknesses I have, and this scratched the weaknesses pretty good. So we have the entire Monster Hunter series. We have the Zinogre, of course, the Feline we have as well. Let's go ahead and put those down on the floor so I can also bring out the Rathalos and the Hunter. Very cool. A couple of these came from a place called Anime Fix, who has a shop in, I want to say, St. Petersburg, like actual physical store. And that booth is always really cool every year. They've got some good Transformer stuff. They've got Kamen Rider stuff. They're one of the few booths that consistently has Kamen Rider stuff to buy. Nothing terribly interesting for me this year because a lot of it was from Ghost, and I'm kind of done as far as Ghost toys go, but still, I love seeing it every year, and I love picking up, they're my friends at the con, so I will buy something every year at the booth. I need to go get the 2-pack they did for the Female Hunter and Black Panther for the Marvel vs. Capcom set. So that way I have 2 Hunters. But yeah, that's cool. It's a super cute, like, Rathalos and Zinogre. And if you know Monster Hunter, those are not designs that can be typically equated to cute, but they're fun. They're just fun little things. Okay, I mentioned Kamen Rider, so we can do a little bit of Kamen Rider. I did find Kamen Rider in the dealer room. And this was actually some cool, interesting Kamen Rider. For starters, we have Gaim Drive Arms from the crossover movie they did. I never got around to the rider armor from those. I never got around to any of the side armor. By the time I tried to buy the extra armors that they were selling, they were like stupid expensive. But got that one for like 20 bucks. Like, that's pretty good for an older Gaim figure that I did not own. So I haven't played with one of these in a while. They've been on display, but I've never had the inkling to go get them. And I'm probably going to have to do that now. I kind of want to see what the drive armor looks like on a few others. So that came home with me. Bigger surprise, from the same dealer, we have a Final Form Ride Den-O that transforms into Momotaros. This was such a surprise. Like, I showed this to my friend Derek, who's another Toku geek that's there and performs every year, and his immediate reaction, "Where did you find that?" Because I know he's big on Den-O. This was a total surprise. This is a 10-year-old toy at this point, which, like, it kind of shocked me to even think about the number. That's really cool. Yeah, I always wanted more of these. It's like, they're Kamen Riders who transform. That's kind of awesome. And this one turns from, it's a simple transformation, but kind of cool. So that was a really cool find. That was one of the last things I expected to find. No Transformer gets this year. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you. My usual dealer was not there. And the booths that did have Transformers did not have anything that I hadn't already obtained. Also, no Mega Man this year. There's a little bit of Mega Man stuff, but nothing that caught my eye. Until the final day where I found the Mega Man art book that someone wanted. Like, it was only like 55 bucks for it, which was, what they pay. It's relatively cheap as far as finding it at a convention hall. So I was actually upset that I ran into that so late into the con. By then, I was done with spending money, so it had to stay behind. So didn't do that, but I did kind of pick up this little theme of transforming things that are not Transformers, and I guess the Drive Gaim toy goes into that, and definitely the Den-O Momotaros. But it really goes in with the brand new Digivolving Spirits War Greymon with Diecast Evolution. As we know my opinion on Diecast, I will see about that. I had the original one they did, the original transforming Agumon, so I'm curious about how different this one is. It does look like it has a bunch of the same transformation steps, but I do know that it is reworked on a few levels, so very curious to see how it plays. you know, the Digimon series, like the new Digimon ones, I always end up pre-ordering them, but I always end up canceling them. I don't know why, but the money, like, no matter when they come out, the money's just never really, good when they get released. So they've always gone on the side shelf, which is really upsetting because now Gatomon is in the line, and I really want that one. But not alone. We also got the Metal Garurumon, and subsequently the Gabumon, I guess. This one's more interesting because I didn't have any transforming version of this one when Digimon had toys in the U.S. This one looks a little bit funkier as far as transformation goes, but should be fun. Like, I've heard good things about this line, and I really do hope that they are not exaggerated, because I want to be into this line. I want to get more of them. Both of those were birthday presents from Danielle. Like, she knows it's been rough around here. She knows I'm having a hard time, so she was going out of her way to really make sure it's a good con and to basically spoil me the whole weekend. So, like, I as always, I owe a lot to her. But this was super cool. I'm super excited to crack into that one. That's why I'm making this vlog first, because just in case I have to wait for like another recording session to do the other vlogs, at least this is out of the way so I can play with my toys. And we're coming to the end here. So every year I promise myself, like every year I go to cons thinking I want a big Gundam model. I want some like big ridiculous Gundam model, not like over $100 ridiculous, not like one of those $300 perfect grade does a billion things models, but, you know, a good sized model, you know, a good involved model that gives me some, because I do like building them, but I also don't follow any modern Gundams, so it really has to hit me on an aesthetic level really, really hard. So there's not a whole lot of Gundams that fall into that. Unicorn Banshee, however, this one does. This one hits me very hard from like the gunmetal finish on the. It's not black. It's closer to the gunmetal, and all of the inlaid orange translucent, like the glow effect. Like it's, you know, it gives this look of burning magma. I love the look of this thing. I'm really looking forward to putting this thing together. So yeah, there's only a few that really hit my fancy the right way. This one hits it very much the right way. So that's exceptionally cool. But here's the thing. The Gundam booth there, and I forget the name of the Gundam store, but it is an actual brick and mortar store located here in Florida. And the cool thing about that is that they were charging retail price. You know, like, you know, if I look back, like, the Monster Hunter Pops I got from Anime Fix were like $12. So it's like $2 overcharge. That's actually really good for a convention. The other two were $15 a pop. That's more what I expect for markup for a convention. I only do that because it was the only booth that had the other two. So my surprise when I found a Gundam booth where everything was normal price to the point where it was like $64.99. Like, it had the 99 at the end of the price, and they were charging sales tax because, yeah, of course, they're a local store. But that was exceptionally cool to actually see, like, these things aren't like ridiculously expensive. These aren't super marked up. So I bought another one. Because while I'm not up on my modern Gundams, I always love me some G Gundam, so the Master Gundam comes home with me. I almost got the God Gundam to go with it, or Burning Gundam, which we had to do for the American version, because God forbid we mention the word God in anything that equates to a cartoon over here. But I love the design of the Master Gundam. Again, we're working with dark tones and like bright red orange accents, so I guess I just have a thing, which might explain my logo shirts all being the way they are. Either way, that's really cool. I'm happy to have that one too. So 2 new Gundam models to put together. I've got a backlog of Gundam models now, And I want to add to that backlog because I do want a God Gundam to go with it, and I do want a few others that have been out. I found the Phoenix Gundam, something along that nature, that also I just discovered. There's like gold with blue inlay, and it looks super cool. So now I'm kind of looking for that one. But yeah, that's the dealer room haul this year. I've had much bigger hauls in the past. A lot of this is because Masterpiece Dinobots are about to come out, and that pretty much put a stranglehold on my budget for this convention. But there's nothing at the convention I'm going to want more than the Masterpiece Dinobot. So, yeah, so that's the toy haul. That's everything that got bought at the dealer room. So next up, probably going to talk about the guests at Metrocon this year. I didn't get to interact with a lot of them, but the ones I did get to interact with, it's worth talking about. So stay tuned. Part 2 coming up.